You know, like in this question here, the Abdul, he said to him, there is a human, they are tampering in the Bible. But you know, if a Christian he have little education, he will know, he will say to them, but isn't it according to Islam, the Bible is the book of Allah? So how you can temper the book of Allah? That alone is enough to prove that your God cannot be God. Especially the city Allah, Aka Muhammad, in the Quran he said, La mubaddila li kalimatullah. Nobody can exchange the word of Allah. Nobody can play with the word of Allah. So when a Muslim he go around speaking about changing the Bible, he is, any Christian have little education, little tiny. You know, when you go in the street and you are willing to argue and debate with people, either you are educated or you are a donkey. So if you are a donkey, why you go in the street? How a donkey can bring people to Jesus? You are a donkey yourself. I know my language is harsh, but this is how I can describe those who have no education in Christianity and yet they claim to be Christians. So the Muslim, they knew nothing about Christianity, zero, and we will prove it today. And any Muslim can contact us and we will see. But if we go in the Quran, we will see that Allah, Aka Muhammad, you know, he claimed that the Injil, which is the Greek word, you know, the Greek book of the gospel, and this is telling you that Muhammad, you do not know what Christianity is about. You know, in one hand, the Muslim, in the same video, they were saying that Jesus speak Aramaic, and then their stupid book says that Jesus, he speak Greek. In fact, he never spoke any language except Greek according to Quran. It's in front of you. This is the word Injil, and you can go check out what the word Injil is about, where it's coming from. This is the Injil, all over the Quran, all those verses mention Injil. But the most important thing is, to make it simple, chapter 3 verse number 3, chapter 3 verse number 48 says that Allah, he sent the book, which is the Quran, confirming the Injil, which between our hands. And you see, the Muslims in translation, they lie. As an example here, they say, confirming what went before it. That is a big fat lie. And the funny is, in the same video, this Abdul was saying to the Christians, you know, there is a lot of meaning is lost in the translation. Look who is talking. He was speaking, you know, against the Bible, saying a lot of meaning can be lost in translation. By the way, this is kind, I mean, it's true. I mean, translation will never give an exact perfect unless the guy who is translating is like really so powerful in both languages. But here an example of how the Muslim, they temper their book in purpose. Because when the Quran says between his hands in Arabic, and then you look in the translation one by one, you will not find any of them saying between his hands. None. Baina, being mean between, yadayhi, his hands. So how between his hands become what went before it? I mean, even even the words are close to each other. Do you think this is happening by mistake? No, they do it in purpose. Because how they can attack the Bible now if the Quran is being stupid, saying confirming the book between our hands? Do you understand why you change it? How the stupid Quran says confirming what is between physically hands, not in their head, not in their heart. We are talking about a physical book. And the Muslims, they will target always the ignorant one of you. For ignorant is easy hunt. You know, the game of the wolf and the sheep. You see, the Lord, he says, you will be like sheep, but he did not mean literally you will be a sheep. Sheep is about being honest, You don't have evil in your heart. You are not going to prey on others. You don't pray. But he never said you will be stupid. He never said I will send you to be stupid between mankind. And now if we ask the Muslims, and you know, before I come like online, you will see many Muslim posting in the chat, like one of them, his name is Baal. I mean, you choose the perfect name for yourself. Your God Allah, he can put himself with Baal. And this is telling me who is Allah. I mean, what kind of God he compete with the pagan God? He says, I am better than Baal. If we copy this, just to show you how the Muslim, they temper their own book, which is, now we have, by the way, no Muslim have the Quran. So the Muslim, they keep saying to you, we have the Quran, memorize the Quran. That is a big fat lie. There's many versions of the Quran, not translation. Remember, there's like a Muslim will say to you, the version of King James version. But this is just a translation. This is not the original book. The Quran itself, the Muslim they have tons of them in Arabic, not translation. And there's many versions of it, not translation. And all of them, none of them is original. Not even one. And if there's a Muhammad and he can prove me wrong, I will be happy to hear it. My Skype is open. Let us copy this in the front of your eyes, just to show you how they lie. You know, one of the comments always we say about Islam, without lies, Islam dies. It's true. Let me paste the sentence as it is in front of you. Do you see it? What the translation is? Between his hands. In his hands. This is just a stupid Google translation. So why in the Muslim Quran translation they don't say that?